Hi, everybody, and welcome to Love Speaks Love. Hi. All right. We've got it all going on. It's all together. Okay.
Maybe for
So,
you.
there we are. Oh, we've got two people already. Okay, and breathe.
And breathe.
So, welcome to Love Speaks Love. I'm Denise, your host, and I have two incredible guests this time. I have Sally Claridge. Welcome, sweetheart.
Thank you. It's lovely to be here, Denise.
And Martin McNicholl. Welcome.
Thank you, thank you,
It
thank you,
feels
thank
like
you.
only a couple of weeks since I last saw you.
Yes, it does. Forever, forever in heart, forever in heart. No
Infinitely
time.
forever.
And for those that don't know, Love Speaks Love is a platform for people to get together, to kind of like bring people together, and also to share wisdom, share experience. And it appears that quite often people speak light language too. So today we don't have a script, we don't really know what we're doing, just drawn to be here. So thank you, everybody that's joined us. I'm just going to share it to a few places. Just bear with me. Share it to a few. If anybody else wishes to share, that would be most welcome.
I thought we were going to be naughty children there while you were away sharing. We could do so.
I'm trying to share. I'm trying to multitask.
I
But
know
we can
it's
be
hard.
naughty as well.
Kathy makes
Well,
us this
I will
switch.
share that I have nowhere to share to except Telegram at the moment, so I already did that. So we'll just wait.
Kathy has this good thing where she asks a long question in the beginning, and then that just gives her the opportunity to do that. But I've tried a different approach, and it's so trying to read, trying to do the left brain stuff. There we go.
Yes, that is definitely a challenge when we get into these spaces. I
Definitely.
know this well.
Okay, that would do.
Suddenly, the simplest task becomes the most difficult.
Oh my God. It's hilarious. And if people seen, I don't know, like when we did the thing last week, like it's just chaos before we come in here. All the left brain stuff is chaos, and then we just come in here, and it's like, you just have that little switch over happens. We were talking about it myself and Sally, and it's like it's amazing. It's amazing, but people
Yeah,
don't get to see that before you hit the live button. They don't see that chaos. So that's why I often like to talk about it. Or maybe
that's
it's
right.
just because I'm more a mess than other people. I just talk more of
I
it.
wouldn't say that, Martin.
No, okay, okay, I'll take it.
No, I wouldn't say that either.
My lovely group is so used to me sitting there blank going, I can't remember what to do. I can't remember what I have to press.
Oh my God,
All
amazing.
right, so we normally start Love Speaks Love with a little heart to heart connect. And the intention with that is for all of us to be in our heart space, for us to speak from our hearts. But also, my intention with it originally was for people to kind of just, the more people are in their hearts, the better. So, making our decisions from our heart, speaking from our heart, just living and being from our hearts. So, that is why we do this. So, without further ado, let us all breathe love into our beautiful hearts. And breathe out anything of the day so far or the week. Anything that is stopping you from being in this now moment. Breathing love deeply into every cell of your body. And just focus on your breathing. Take some long and slow, deep breaths. And as you do that, feel yourself in your physical body. And I invite you to just raise the edges of your lips into a smile. And beam that smile into every cell of your body. So all of your cells are smiling. And extending our heart awareness out now to the heart of Gaia. Feeling Gaia's love for all of us. And feeling Gaia's gratitude for all that we are and all that we do. And feeling Gaia's love moving into every cell of your body. And I'm just getting an image of us all within Gaia's beautiful diamond heart crystal. And connecting with the New Earth templates, with the crystalline matrix of energy. And extending our heart awareness out now to the heart of the sun. And as we send love to the sun, feeling the solar codes, the solar light moving into our bodies, into every cell, deep into the DNA. And extending the heart awareness out to Source Creator. And feeling Source energy moving into every cell of your body. And visualizing all of us around the globe watching this live or on the replay or on YouTube, holding hands together across the globe. And with our hearts all connected within this one unified field of love that we are, seeing a beautiful grid of energy all around the globe. And I'll just, before I bring you all back, just say to both of you, Martin and Sally, if there's anything you wish to add at this point, please feel free.
Allowing yourself to rest in the love that you are. Allowing your strength and your beauty, your innate wisdom, your sacred presence to radiate out through every cell of your being. Anchoring universal love, galactic love, earthly love, and all that you are. Be fully present and aware and at peace through all the ups and downs and the gifts that this human experience offers and gifts us. And so it is.
I'd just like to add a field of gratitude to our open hearts as we allow the gratitude to expand and unfold. Gratitude for life, the gratitude for Gaia, the gratitude for the gifts of all our experiences, the gratitude now for this sharing of space here. And give thanks and appreciation for all that we are, for the one that we are. Give thanks and appreciation for all that allows this to be, for all that sources this, that is alive within all of us. Just give thanks and appreciation and allow that to ripple out beyond space and time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So be it, and so it is.
Beautiful. Thank you both. So just with our awareness still in our heart space, if your eyes are closed and if you're ready to, just opening them whenever you're ready. Whew. Thank you both. That was beautiful.
I'm glad Sally went first there because I was about to say, I'm done. I'm finished. This is so good. It was so beautiful. I'm just done. But the show must go on, yeah?
And the energy came in, the star beings came in already, and I was like, not yet.
Oh my God.
You two have been collaborating for a while. And so for those that don't know, Martin's moved from where he was in Portugal and went for a little trip around Spain.
Mm-hmm.
And while he was there, called in to see Sally. And then they did a couple of really awesome collaborations together. Mm-hmm. One was a dance party and the other one wasn't. Kind of was in a way. So that was my first experience of you two in collaboration. And I know, Sally, we spoke a while ago of, you were hoping, you've done collaborations before, and I know the end of last year you were hoping that you'd be collaborating with the dolphins again like you have done before. And it was, your energies complement each other really beautifully. It was a powerful sharing. I didn't see all of it live. I came in at the end, but the energy was really, really strong. It's a really beautiful combo. So I wanted to thank you both. And I don't know if there's anything that you want to share to start with, just around your connection, anything at all that wants to come through.
Yeah, those mountains kicked my ass. Oh my God. As soon as I got there, no, well, even just as I was arriving there, they're powerful. So, so powerful. Them ones you can see in the background.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So, so powerful. It was amazing. So, so nice to, we're geographically fairly close, but it's not, it was I think it took 6 hours. So it was really amazing to connect in person. And it was so beautiful for me to sit with such a powerful being and a powerful open channel as well, because people have sat beside me before and they've just like wiped out and fall asleep, and I feel this has happened before, but what I felt, I don't know, Sally can speak, I felt like it was more powerful together rather than it was like compliment, I suppose that's what you could say. And it felt like it raised we haven't talked about this, but just thinking this now, it like we raised each other up like that. So it was amazing. Yeah, so good. Beautiful place and beautiful company. What more can you say?
And it's a couple of years since you two have connected in person as well, isn't it?
In person, yeah, it was September. It was this month. Yeah, it would be this. Oh my God.
It was your retreat.
Yes, it would have been, about a week in 2019. Because we did, I know it finished on 90, we did 5 days. So yeah, it would have been a week or so. Yeah. Middle of September in 2019. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's I think that's the only time that we've actually met before.
Yes, in person.
Yes,
this
in
lifetime.
person,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I think, like, from my experience and my feelings is that, as soon as I was introduced to Martin, we met through a mutual friend online. It was like the energy was just like there straight away, and it just is. It's not something that like we've worked on or planned or thought about or done anything like that. It just is. And I think that's the beauty of it. It is what it is, and I don't have an explanation or a description of it. It is, and it's such a gift. For me, it's such a blessing and a gift to sit with Martin in person or online, and for the energies to work through us. So we're just holding the space. What happens not because we're thinking about it or trying. It just is, and I love that genuine, authentic, raw, whatever the F is going on, openness just to be. And And it's fun as well. You know, it's genuinely fun, and there's support, there's laughter, there's, I think, to be with people that understand you and know what it's like to channel and work with energies. And it's really important, because sometimes we can just feel like we're a complete and utter nutter, and the rest of the world just doesn't, we just don't connect in the same ways.
Yeah.
Sometimes. So it's a blessing and a gift. I feel very, very grateful, just to have this soul brother and friend, and, you know, star brother. Christ, can't even think of a label. It just is.
I know. Oh my God. And you mentioned connection there, and
Yeah.
you mentioned the dolphins.
Oh,
That was planned for. Oh my
last
God.
November.
We lost a year, didn't we? It was that
Yeah.
last year, yes? That was last
Yes,
year?
yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that was planned, and obviously the universe had other ideas where we were going to, we would have been in November of 2020. We would have been in Mozambique with the dolphins. That was all planned and everything. But like all plans, the universe tells you, the time was not right for now. But we
Mhm.
talked about it when we were there, and I've just had a 333 confirmation Ascended Masters about what I'm just about to say. Yeah, we talked about that, and we're still holding that
Yeah.
vision and that intention to, yeah, join together with the dolphins. And Sally's already done this many times. I haven't, and it would be just amazing. It is amazing. So we're still holding that very much.
Yes, it feels
Yeah.
very much alive,
Yeah.
very much alive. And Courtney, who's sort of like the third, she hosts us down in South Africa, and she's the wild dolphin swim facilitator. And when the three of us got together as well, again, it was a beautiful trinity, and she is still holding the vision of us all being together in person there too. So when the time
Yes.
is right, when the
Yes.
time is
Wow. Yeah, like just feeling into that energy. I remember when you told me about it, Sally, and I was like, oh my goodness, I so want to be
right. I
there.
know.
And on so many levels, like connecting with you two in person and all the people that would be drawn there. But
Hmm.
adding the dolphins into that
I
equation as
know.
well.
That's just like whole nother level. Yes.
Yeah.
There's a funny story with Angelo when we went to Sally's goddess cave there, wasn't it? Because
Yes, yes.
he's recently been because he's talking a fair bit now. He's still 2 years old. He's talking a fair bit now, and just recently he's been telling us his home is in Sirius, or the Sirius Star. He started saying Sirius Star, and now he's saying my home is Sirius. And then when we got to Sally's, he went straight in. He went straight in and came out with a dolphin that you had only
Mhm.
it wasn't there before, I think you said, and you
That's
found it
right.
that day, and she said,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm going to bring this here," and he came out and he hasn't let go of it since.
Oh, bless him. He's amazing. Angelo's incredible.
My God, he
Yeah.
kicks my ass too, more even more than the mountains. Yeah.
Tell us a bit more about the mountains, Sally. I feel there's more to share about those.
I think when you come here, that's when you actually feel the power of and the energy of this land. And we've been here, my husband and I, we've been here for, it's coming up for 4 years now. And I remember driving up from the coast the very first time when we came to look around, and I saw the mountains where we are. And it was just like my heart went, and I thought, this is where I have to be. And I'm just so in love, so totally in love with these mountains. It's ridiculous. Every day that we drive out, I'm just like in wonder and in awe. And it's just, I just love it so much. But it's a very, very fiery and powerful energy. And if there's anything that's sitting within you that needs to be released or addressed or faced or heard, it's going to surface. It's going to surface. And we were told not long after we moved here that these mountains, there's a huge holistic community here and movement, and international as well. And there's when people come here, you're told that the mountains will either churn you up and it will be too much. The energy will just be too much for you. So you'll come here and think you're going to live here and live a airy fairy, happy, simple, quiet life. And the complete opposite happens. And you just think, oh, and they throw you out. They think, nope, it's not your time, or this isn't the right place for you, or you've done what you needed to do here and you're off. Or like me, you're like a magnet, and it's like, I'm never leaving. So, and I've seen it with people that have come here. Everybody seems to go first, especially through the first couple of days. There's a real adjustment to the energy. And you only had 2 days here, Martin, so you didn't get the peaceful joy.
No, I definitely feel I got what I needed, and I definitely feel it was amazing. But one thing was like when we did the first session, we were sat on the ground.
Yeah.
And literally, I think I talked about it on, like, after we sort of came out of what we were in, I was checking underneath the mat to see if there was like an animal or something. Like, it was literally moving me. I mean, not just like a subtle vibrational thing. I mean, my whole leg. I don't know if you could see it on the camera, but it was like there was something was pushing me on my left side. It was like it was moving me, literally moving me, and yeah, it continued like that and didn't stop. It was only 2 days. Oh my God, it felt like a lot longer than that. I didn't know how long. We don't do time much now, but I thought it felt so much longer than that. Oh my God, but it definitely felt like it gave me what I needed in the moment and prepared me for the next stages and levels, whatever's coming. Yeah.
How far away are they? Like, it's hard to get perspective on distance.
Oh gosh. These ones behind me. Oh Christ, I don't know. That's quite a long way. They're huge. They are massive. This is the foothills of the Sierra Nevada. So we're at, oh, Scott's going to kill me because I can never remember feet and meters.
We talked about this. We talked about it.
Yeah. Is it something like 600? We're at 600 meters here, and it's kind of like a plateau.
Mm-hmm.
And that behind me is just incredible. That is covered in snow during the winter.
Wow.
So we are high.
Your house is on the mountain, really, even though there's higher. It's on the mountain.
Yes,
wow.
We're literally, we call it our studio flat on the side of a mountain. We are isolated, but we're not so far away from like towns. We're about on the road at 6 kilometers, so it's like 8-9 kilometers from the house to Lanharon. So we're not too far away, but we don't have anything around us. So it feels like you have the whole world at your feet and within your heart, and it's just pure nature. We're so lucky. I'm so lucky.
And are there specific, this is dropping into asking, I don't know quite how to frame this, but would you say, like, I'm thinking of beings that are there, like specific mountain beings. And I would imagine that the mountain itself has a presence, like a being that is the mountain, but there must be a lot more as well. Have you tapped in?
Mm-hmm. There's a mountain that we can't actually see, but you go up to the end of our track and then you look over the reservoirs, and that mountain there, Sierra Luja, she is the most beautiful, powerful goddess mother. She is she is amazing. And there's a mountain further, it's about 45 minutes across that way, and that's called Dragon Mountain. And that's where I ran the retreat with Shanine, and that was real fiery, real incredible, powerful energy. Sierra Lujar is much gentler, and she's got like a velveteen green to her, which is really quite unusual in the Spanish mountains. So yes, they do all have their different personalities. They do.
And you answered a question there as well, because I was wondering if the energy felt masculine or feminine.
Feminine, but kick-ass feminine. Like deep, powerful goddess, unconditional love that sees you and holds you. And gives you the space to be yourself, but also to face yourself.
And the dragon energy? You mentioned the dragon mountain.
Much, I would say, much more fiery. I would say, I still want to say feminine. It's more masculine if you want to try and put a definition on it, but it still feels feminine to me. But that's just my perspective.
Yeah, when I was there, it didn't not so much connected directly with the mountains per se, but it's an outpick. But it was very much the trees on the mountain, very strongly, very very strongly spoke through me and to me. It was amazing. It was really amazing. It was very visceral, very real, very tangible, and yeah, you can just feel it. You can just feel it.
Yeah.
And Martin, where are you now?
So I am back in Portugal after a 10-hour drive yesterday, which was fun. 10 hours and 10 liters of water, a lot of pee stops. I'm back in Portugal. We're in a temporary place now for a little while. I don't know how long. But I'm back in the same area, but we're kind of like in a village, very close to where we were before. But we're just here in a temporary place now until we see what comes next. So still in Algarve in Portugal. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Okay. So one of the questions that has been kind of in my field to ask you both is about the channeling. So whoever wants to share first, how did that start coming about? And was there something else first? Like for me, my journey began with Reiki and a Reiki attunement, and that opened me up to energy, and lots of things kind of followed on from that. And channeling is quite specific in lots of ways, and obviously we're always channeling, we're always kind of transmitting energy. And for me, when I don't often, how can I put this? So it's not always a full, what do you call it, like a full body channel with me. I more repeat what I hear, or I just know what to say, but it's still kind of Denise. When I do light language, I feel like I'm at the back of the room. And it has on occasion, like sometimes English has come through and I'm kind of like, oh, this feels a little bit different. So yeah, I'd love you to share, and there's probably a million questions in this. I'd love you to share how it kind of started to come about for you, but then maybe as a part B to the question, how you do it and how it feels for you, and you know, if you can. Whoever wants to share first.
Martin?
You'd like to go, Sally? You've been doing it a lot longer. You've been doing this a lot longer than I have.
I think, well, first of all, I have got no idea how I do it. I have no idea. There's no training, there's no studying, and it was not something that I even thought of or was even remotely on my radar. The energy started coming through over 10 years ago, and it started coming through just as it would come in, and it would, I want the word overwhelm, but not overwhelm, if you know what I mean. And I would just feel this incredible, indescribable bliss and love. And I would cry and I would sob, but it was with joy. It was with complete joy and love. And then it just started developing, and I tried to, I did give it up quite a few times. I walked away and said, no, I can't do this. And I don't want to do it because not everyone likes it or understands it or approves of it. And that's another journey in itself when you start doing something different. And it's turned into what it is now. And I don't say turned into, it's grown. It's because I've learned to step back and allow and not be freaked out or not be worried so much about what people think or what comes through. And for me, when I channel, Denise, it's a bit different to you because I completely go, and I lose the concept of having a body. I don't hear anything. It just happens. So I'm in that energy, and I'm sort of like way, way, way over there, but I don't have any sort of control or input into it. And then I don't have a memory of it afterwards when I come out of the trance. And yeah, so, but with the star beings, it's not about a name or a label or how or what they're telling you to do. It is very much a healing stream, and the energy for you to feel and have an experience within, to feel the beauty and the power of love. It's a portal for you to step out of your humanness and experience yourself as a light being. And when you experience yourself as a light being, a lot of the issues and layers and blocks and problems or physical disease have the opportunity to fall away. And I literally just become the bridge or the anchor, and allow. And I don't know how, but that's just the way it is.
And did light language, were you already channeling the star beings before light language came through, and then you started with light language as well?
Yeah, it was during one of Martin's breathwork sessions that came through. And I play during the breathwork. I always have the music on as loud as possible. I love to completely lose myself in the music, and I was aware that my mouth was moving and something was coming out, and I thought, oh, that's a bit strange. And from that point on, I let it come through, and it's not like a lot of other light languages. So again, that was another challenge in allowing it to be what it is, and not to let self-judgment or doubt come into it. So again, I just allow, and I haven't got a clue what it does or what it means. And it's not up to me to put a label on that or to put a use on it. It simply is. And that's the power of it.
Did you know about light language before it started coming through, or was it kind of like, oh my goodness, what is this?
I knew a little bit about it, but I have to admit, I wasn't that interested. I wasn't that, it didn't grab me at all. It wasn't something that I was avidly following or seeking out at all. No.
Beautiful, thank you.
Thank you for sharing, because I just received a couple of things as you were doing, but I just had a little laugh as well, because I remember the first time that I heard Sally's light language, and I know exactly where I was. It's one of them moments, and I was sat on a high swivel chair, and I was like, had my feet up on the thing, and I was like kind of laying back, and I'm just going to listen to this voice note. And I'm sure she didn't say, oh, or maybe he did, I don't know. Whatever it was, I didn't know what was coming, and I swear to God, it nearly knocked me off the chair. And I was very high. I didn't fall, but it was very close. It was like, oh my God, it was crazy. It was crazy. So I just remembered that moment. And as you spoke, I remembered something about the beginning of my journey that I'd remembered, but I didn't link it to the beginning of channeling, and it's just come through now. So it was, I used to go to, firstly it happened for me while living in Dubai, and I used to go to gong ceremonies. So Tibetan bowls as well, but specifically gong. When I would go into gong session, like all the gong people knew after a while what to expect, but I would go into this there was one of the like very well-known gong people in Dubai. She said she thought I was going to levitate one time. I would just like bend. I would bend, like my feet would be up here, my head would be up here, and I'd be like, I couldn't move. That like certain frequencies would just get me where I'm just like kind of incapacitated, but in bliss inside. But if you were looking from the outside, it could look like I was having a fit or something. And I didn't. It was when you said, Sally, that you were just in bliss, I think that was the beginning. That was the beginning of it. I'd never experienced gong before. I didn't know anything about this, but I knew every time there was a certain frequency would hit, I would just go into this. Physically, there was massive resistance, but inside I was in this state of absolute bliss, and literally my body would like fold. It was weird. I think she took a video one time as well to send to these other gong people to see what was going on. So that just reminded me that I believe that was the beginnings of the energy. But the actual, and I was like Sally, I was absolutely, well, probably more so resistant to it.
Mhm.
I did not, I loved, seeing it and following it and with others. I mean, it was very early for me, but I loved like reading like conversations with God, like that channel written material. I was really into, but I never ever wanted to do it. I resisted it massively. But one day it was me and Elise were sat at the breakfast table, and the energies had been coming, and I was eating, and it was just like the energy had enough of my resistance, and it was like I was literally feeling like something was trying to move my mouth, and I said, Elise, something's trying to move my mouth here, and she, being from Brazil, spiritism and channeling is so like natural, normal. It's not a big deal at all, um, as opposed to an Irish Catholic with exorcism and all that background, so the resistance to me. She was like, oh, you're going to channel, and I'm like, what? And anyway, so that it started then. And actually there was one other thing that came as well. This was the other thing when Sally spoke. There was one other thing. I was doing a meditation one time, and I got this name Arthur. That's what I thought it was, Arthur. But that was before as well, and that was actually Ananda, the guides that I work a lot with. That turned out, so I heard Arthur at one stage, but yeah, I massively resisted it. It took 3 years, I think, before I would actually do it in any way for anyone else to see or hear. Even with Elise, I massively resisted it, didn't want it, actively pushed it away, but it just came so much. It came like the energy was so, again, overwhelming, that I just knew that I just had to surrender and let it come. I am fully aware when I'm channeling, and it can happen very like instantaneously, but I'm fully aware of like if there's things going on around me, I'm aware of what's going on, but the words are just like, I always describe it like they're falling off a cliff. So the word will come and then it just disappears, and I have no, even though I'm fully aware, I don't have memory of what has been said, or afterwards I get a sense sometimes of a theme or whatever, and then maybe if someone asks a question, then it comes back in. But I am fully conscious, fully, yeah, like like I said, in my body, my leg getting moved, that like I'm aware of that, and so slightly different in that way. But I was, yeah, massively resistant to it, and then it just opened up, and then the light language came secondary for me as well, and I resisted that even more. I really did not want to do that. I was terrified to do that. I absolutely, like I said, the channeling that I'm doing, that like that's enough of a step from where I came in my life, and I'm like, there's no way I'm doing this. And then again, it just came like, it's just like, this is what you're here to do. You just have to do it. So I just, over time, I think it probably took 5 years, all 4 or 5 years, for me to actually just let it come. So yeah, unwilling, but not unwilling, not really, not something I wanted. It's not an idea that I had, but it just apparently was something that I've chosen in this lifetime, and I had to get out of the way.
Thank you for giving in.
Yeah, and how many people have benefited, since then. So yeah, thank you both.
Yeah.
It's
if only we could live what is shared. That's the big challenge for me. Anyway, the big challenge for me is always this wisdom that comes through, this like pure, I can say it, it's pure truth, and it's very high vibrational. And I know me and Sally talk about this often, and then as we are very open and very raw, and like we share how well, I'll just say how different my life is to what comes through me, you know, like, and that's a real challenge to, it's a freedom in one way because we talk about it, but also when you let that wisdom come through you and then you act in the complete opposite way multiple times, it's very frustrating. It's like, yeah, it's annoying. I said to Elise before we started today, we were sat here eating, and I was like, I know when I got on this call today with these beautiful sisters and everyone that is here, like, just instantaneously the vibration raise. Instantaneously, you're in a space where, you know, there, like you said, like Sally was talking, like, you're a light being, you're free, and a lot of the limitations that are normally in your life, they just seem to fall away. But why is it just in this time? That's what frustrates me. And like, knowing it and being it is two very different things. But we're all imperfectly perfect, so
Yeah.
yeah, it's all good.
Yeah,
Good.
beautiful. And I think I love that you've both got differing experiences with it as well. You know, for anyone watching, it just shows there's no one way to do it. We all have our own kind of way of doing it, and there's no right or wrong with that.
No.
Do you both have eyes closed when you do it?
Yeah, for me, I do. Yeah,
Yeah.
Sally does as well.
Yeah, your eyes are closed. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes my eyes are opened. Yeah.
Does it feel different? Because I asked this as well because there's an experience I had in Byron Bay that was when the light language activations. I was already doing light language, but it's when the full body activation started coming through, and the energy was so strong. Before I walked to the beach, I was told to go and have a shower. I was guided to go and have a shower, and I could hardly keep my eyes open. Like I showered with my eyes closed, and sometimes, you know, sometimes I want to open my eyes when I'm doing light language, but the energy, it's almost impossible to
Yeah.
have my eyes open. So how is it, and you probably can't remember, but I just wonder, does it, because I feel like sometimes it takes me a little bit out of the zone when my eyes are open. It's like I can see more with my eyes closed, and I can still see through the lids almost. But I just wondered, and you may well not remember, but how does it feel different when your eyes are open? Can you see?
When the energy first comes through, it's like you were saying, there is absolutely no way you can actually open your eyes. It's almost like the eyes go back and the shutters come down and you move into that different space. When they have opened my eyes, I can see, but I can't see. So it's like, and this is just like the impression, because it's not like a full memory and I know exactly, but it's like I can see what's around me, but there's no engagement in it at all. It's like it doesn't mean anything. So, and when people have been with me in a channeling with eyes open, they say it's like there's a, you know, the connection and the energy comes through the eyes and they can lock what do you call it, gaze or whatever you want to call it, and that seems to, it's just another way of connecting, you know. And maybe for some people having that more physical attachment, eyes open, oh yeah, is easier for them than just not having so much to rely on from a physical or material source that maybe the brain and the ego still needs, because it is difficult to completely let go. And especially when you're kind of like starting out and beginning to feel energy, if someone's just sitting in complete silence with you, the mind, you know, plays amazing games with us. So having that ability to connect in a different way it's just another way of experiencing it. And it's not different for me, it's just, I don't choose to open them, it happens whenever it happens. It's not often, I have to admit.
Mm.
But I see, but I can't see.
Mhm.
If you see what I mean.
Yeah. That's a really valid point about the eyes, though. Because I used to keep eyes open a lot when I was doing sessions, because I knew that my eyes were working. They were like beaming out codes, they were beaming energy out. So I really hear what you're saying about, there's definitely something in that, in keeping the eyes open, because there's a lot of energy being transmitted through the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, for me, it's very similar to Sally, and it's like in conversation, like in things like this. Usually, it's very hard for me to, even though we are always channeling, not necessarily kind of very specific way that we're talking about here. It's very hard for me to keep my eyes open, and in all the sessions I do, and one-on-one work and group work, and like my eyes are always closed, and so that just automatically when I come into a space like this with you, dear beings, it just happens. For me, with light language, at times, certain times, the eyes have opened, and it's been a very specific, again, not planned. It's a very specific purpose, and I've always been guided to like really look into the camera. Um, it's rare, but it has happened a few times. I think in kind of like vocal sort of channeling or connecting with other beings, it's eyes always closed with me, and and I feel kind of like what Sally said as well for me. But if my eyes open again, I could. I know I could. It's like I'm not choosing to do it, but somehow I know I would be able to do it, but it just doesn't feel natural. I think I'd be able to be eyes open and it's still coming, but just something happens there that, yeah, when I'm in space and when I'm in group and in session work, it's like because you're speaking soul to soul, and as beautiful it is as it is to look at our form, it's like it just goes much deeper and it's just naturally tend to have the eyes closed and you're speaking, yeah, soul to soul. You're singing soul language. um and I always wonder about it. No one's ever said, well, I think maybe one person said in a session one time that they felt very uncomfortable because my eyes was always closed and they were trying to speak with me. But other than that, I think most people, it just kind of naturally, it seems to be the way it goes. So
Yeah, beautiful. And sometimes your eyelids are so heavy, there's just no way you can open your eyes either.
yeah,
It's like at the end of a meditation, on one level, you're like, I know I can open my eyes if I really try hard enough, but at the same time, you just can't.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I've just thought of another thing that I know it's happened with you, Denise. I call it this like multi-dimensional martial arts. This very powerful stuff that comes through sometimes, where it's all movement and light language and stuff that comes through. A lot of times that would be with eyes open as well, but also a lot of times that's done with eyes closed. And I do not know how I have not banged my head off a wall because I'd be like a lot of times inside, but I'd be like spinning around and doing all these things and eyes closed and like I think you said at the beginning that like my eyes was closed, but I was spatially aware with my eyes closed. That did happen with a Kundalini awakening with me in India, where I was able to. I had a Kundalini awakening in the middle of a yoga class in our yoga teacher training, after doing some very powerful breath work, and I was able to. I had my eyes open and I closed my eyes and I just seen everything as energy. I could see, so the windows and the window frames and the people, I could just see everyone as energy with my eyes closed. And I'm not very visual, but that happened. But whenever there's bound to be a better name for it, but this is what I call it. It's like this multi-dimensional martial art where it's movement and sound. And sometimes it's like really powerful. It's like really like, yeah, I know you've been sharing some as well, Denise, recently. Really powerful and really guttural and really like, You know, it's not your light and gentle light language at all. It's very, very strong. But a lot of times my eyes will open in that, and again, I'm fully aware. It's like like the words falling off a cliff. I'm fully aware if something was coming at me, I would be able to move out of the way. But somehow, it's really hard to explain. I don't know how you can have, but I suppose it's just because we are multidimensional beings, and most of the time with our eyes open we are focused in our third dimensional aspect, and for whatever reason we choose to expand that awareness when we close our eyes or connect with broader versions of ourselves. And I believe that's what channeling is just we're expanding into broader versions of ourselves, but we're not limited. It seems as so when we open our eye we're limited to this version of reality, but I believe we could have our eyes open. And I know my wife, Elise, has had many experiences where she, simultaneous awarenesses, eyes open, eyes closed, or even in the blink of an eye. So, yeah, but it's beautiful.
Beautiful. Is there anything you want to add to that, Sally?
I don't think so.
Is your eyes open? There they are. Your
My eyes are open,
just,
yeah.
Just checking.
Yeah, I've even got my glasses on so I can see everyone on this plane.
Yeah.
So I am feeling to open it up for us to bring through whatever wants to come through. I'm going to disappear for 2 ticks. I will be very quickly, but I will. Yeah, whoever wishes to share first, and if you feel to come back in, however this flows between the three of us.
What I might just do too, because the sun is just absolutely frying me. I'm going to put this down as well. So just a second. This was not planned.
Oh, that looks really comfy out there.
It looks lovely, doesn't it?
Okay. Whew, I'm absolutely getting fried on one side. Okay, that's better. I should have just done this from the start. That would have been easier. Okay.
Over to you two.
Okay, let's do this. You're taking a moment to come into your own sacred space, letting go of the outside world, moving into your heart, and reaching down and grounding within the heart of Mother Earth to feel her love supporting you and holding you, giving you the foundations to surrender and let go, to be free from limiting beliefs, to be free from your conditioning, to be free to be yourself, to radiate your light, to consciously be within your crystalline self. Limitless, infinite, interstellar, interdimensional, all that you are being felt in this moment through your heart and through the love that you are. And surrendering into this moment for all that we need at this time.
yena chike tu ya tsma iketu mayete se ya pakai inta tak yana siapa kita Hintai sutuhan Hai nama hai o nu hai Nama hai hai oranai Utuai suatu Huai suatu Huai ai Tuai, suai, tuai, suai, tuai, suatu, tuai, suatu, tuai, ai, ai.
Ja, yaranma, 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 kirkapaatanma, kiturpaakinma, yaranma, kirkapaakinma, kirkapaa, yaranma, kirkapaa, yaranma, yaranma, katto. Tattama, ketättäpaaki, yaranma, yaranma, kanma, kirkapaa, yaranma, kirkapaa, kirkapaakanma, kirkapaa, tapakapaakanma, kirkapaa, yaranma, kirkapaakanma, kirkapaa, Tettanma, yaranma, kirkapaa, kirkapaa, yaranma, kirkapaa, kirkapaa, tapaatanma, kirkapaa, yaranma, kirkapaa, kirkapaa,
hernikir, niet aradikir, aradikir, gord, ui, horna, hernike, usterdki, uita, urta, nai, aradikir, uya, or, Eleke ardka dkeha hun yarda horta irt oi uit ashta harnike ardke oi nika orta ant orta nama heleke art kut orta korleke art uni hosta Niet ortaart, eller hart, oi, niet, niet, eller hart, Rneke hart, Erle hart korn, hoi, dier, unikata, art, art.
Te no mai ranna ma tan ma ki ranna ma ki ko pa ta pa ya ranna ma ki ko pa ma ki ko pa ta ma ki ma ta pa ya ranna ma ki ma ki ko pa ta pa ki ko pa ta to ya ranna ma ki ko pa ni ki ko pa ki ko pa ki ko pa ta ma ki ko ya ranna ma ki ko pa ki ta to ma ya na ya ranna ma ki ko pa ta ma ki to pa ki ta ma ki ta ma ki ma ya ranna ma ki ta ma ki to pa ki ma ki ko pa ki ko ranna ma ki ko ta Welcome to our presence and into our vibration. We bring you greetings of love, greetings so you may meet yourself and know yourself and experience yourself as love upon earth. For when you set aside your mind, your ego, your fears, your beliefs, your conditionings, your teachings, and all that you have been made into, so you may meet yourself, the magnificence, the beauty, the peace, the joy, the abundance, the love that is who you are.
Na kiyotu mbai ti seta mbiki ti yotu mbiki ti ayana emaya suya ta akiti ya tu mbaki ya tuwa. Greetings, dear ones. We are Ananda. We are your friends and teachers, and we are here with a message of love. We invite you now to use all that you are to experience this ever-present moment, to experience this gift, to experience that which is becoming through you, this ever-unfolding, this never-ending, uncovering, opening, ever-birthing aspect of self. If you could see through our eyes, you would see a magnificence that you could not fathom from your now present perspective. But we speak to you through this dear one and many others in a way that allows you to step beyond that which has been your limitations, that which has been what has held you from the magnificence that you are. We use this term lightly, for this holding is only in perception, only in illusion. You cannot not be who and what you are. You can only not see this. You can only give yourself this illusion This illusion of lack and limitation, this illusion and the delusion that you can be somehow separate from that which is. That which is simply is, and you are that which is. And we wish for you to feel through these words and know through the silence between these words who you are and why you came. For you came into this dream to unfold, to be the love that you are, to reveal through every moment, through every breath, through every heartbeat, that which is your essence. Many of you are in this intensive transformational process now, individually, as your collective, and your dear mother planet Gaia moves through. Remember, that which you are can never be separated. Remember, that which you are cannot be limited. That which you are has no needs. That which you are has no lack. That which you are is felt now in the silence. From whence you came, we invite you to listen deeply. Be in silence in nature. Listen to the silence. As you be in silence, you are revealing and opening to that which is always here. We are a non-physical collective. We do not choose to take the form that you now take. But we are not separate of you, and we are not in some far-off distance. All of reality is simultaneously. Time does not exist in the way that you know it. Everything is here. We wish to remind you again that ascension is simultaneous. Descension is simultaneous. There is nowhere to go. There is nothing to do. You are the unfolding and the uncovering of all that is. And if you could see you as we see you, you would smile a lot.
Ranayard oyatata. Kortheid in. Or Yaleran oyatata. Urwanai. Nyarand oint ear. Kulehiat I or no. Ni hal no yitara te kia. Oh, ta 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 ta. Oh. 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 Vale, Rono. Kita na mele hiara no kuya. Mahale kiarat unuya tata ashta. Mole hiara no untiur iat urta. Kiara ni kiara tukutora tukitika un. Kikile kiara na kitetiara no kuta. Ora lendiara na kitara tukut uya. Ole harna hart. Arle paket tikit la paket kekele kiara no kuta ut ar. Mesh ta 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 ta. Mehele kia tot un. Urtakata. Ntatata kia. Uyele harne kiat un uish. Arno hore tatanya. Uy. Uish. Mala kiar uish. Mal er. Yes.
We bring you greetings, greetings of the love that you are. And we are here to open the portal for you to assist yourself, for you to choose to be who you are, to release yourself from the binds of your conditioning. We are not here with complicated messages. We are not here to tell you what to do. We are here simply vibrationally offering you the opportunity, should you so wish, to step beyond your perceived limitations, for you to feel fully, for you to embody love, for you to know beyond knowing that you are love, you are light. You are the stardust, you are the grass, you are the trees, you are the Mother Earth, you are the animals, the birds, the insects, the dolphins, the sea life, the whales, the ocean, the clouds, the sky, the sun. You are all of this. And how magnificent you are in your truth. We bring you this experience of yourself so that you may move beyond your human experience within the human vehicle. And we bring you blessings. We are in awe of your journeys and your courage in letting go of all that you know of as familiar and comfortable as you come into your truth, as you come in fully, consciously awakened into your light to radiate this love around your world. Our message is the simplicity and the fullness of love.
We wish to speak briefly now of the eyes. We use the medium of your language and the medium of the sound of your language in a way that shows you how there can be confusion upon your planet, how there can be confusion in your conversations. We speak to you of eyes. Your physical eyes are said to be the windows to your soul. But it is your eyes, your singular, separate human self, are the barrier to your liberation. We invite you to open your eyes to thine eye that is single. Open your eyes to that which is pure. Open your eyes and release your eye. Your singular eye, your seeming separate eye, is the cause of all suffering, is the cause of all the strife, the limitation, the fear upon your planet. We invite you now to remember that the doorway to your soul never closes, and that the barriers dissolve when you truly see with thine eye that is single, when you dissolve the seeming separate self, that which is merely a limited localization, a temporary holding, a temporary vehicle, in a way in which the consciousness can know itself. Do not hold tightly to your eye. but open your eyes widely. Be that which sees.
And let us all again embrace that feeling of gratitude and joy and love, as this is what we are. So I invite us all to drink some water. And just slowly, if your eyes are still closed, just take your time. Stay with your eyes closed if you wish. Oof.
Oof. Oh.
My word. That was really beautiful. Thank you both.
Thank you. Thank you for creating this. Thank you for bringing it forth. Thank you for birthing it.
Thank you, Denise. And thank you, Martin.
Thank you. Thank you, both of you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you all.
And thank you to all the extra beings that were in the Zoom room.
Yes.
Wow. I'm going to lie down now until tomorrow.
I was just getting the same feeling like when I was singing at the start, oh, I'm done. Yes, I am done. In the best way possible.
Sometimes. Oh, wow. Thank you so much.
And Sally, if you don't remember any of that, I'd say look at that again. That was really beautiful.
Yeah. I very rarely go back into anything to watch myself, or I don't, but thank you. It was beautiful to participate.
And I so love that at least one of us was outside as well, you know.
Yes.
Oh, we're all here. We're all here together. Yeah.
Absolutely.
No matter where we are on the earth, the planet, the planes, no matter our background, we're still super connected.
Yes.
Infinitely, eternally. It's impossible not to be.
I'd just like to say thank you to all those watching these words in the eternal, watching and listening to this. And it's always to share that whatever appears here, whatever comes through, is dependent on each being that connects with this energy. So for you that may be just seeing this for the first time, for you that maybe was called to this and don't know why, this is a little wink from your soul. And that this collaboration is really only one being pretending that it's not, and presenting itself as the beautiful Denise, and presenting itself as the beautiful Sally, and presenting itself as this thorn between the roses, and presenting itself as these beings and these names. Yet there is only one. And in our individualized experience, this could not happen without you. In the way that it has, in the way that it unfolds, we all have an intrinsic part of everything. Even if you don't know why or don't know what, that's even more important. And on the wider scale, this is to say that we are literally one. There is no higher, there is no lower, there is no more effect or less effect. You, by your very being, are whole and complete. And you, hearing these words, are drawing them to yourself, by yourself, for yourself. There is no other. So I just want to thank you, other you, me, for collaborating in this way, for forgetting, for remembering, and for forgetting again, and for being here at this time. You are needed. You are divinely placed. You are here with great purpose. You came for this.
Words out of my mouth.
Exactly.
Thank you. Thank us. Thank you. Thank we, one and all. And I will see you again soon on Love Speaks Love. I think this is episode 98. I'm planning something a bit special for number 100. I think that's just been seeding a little bit. Yeah.
And happy nurse anniversary.
Yes, happy anniversary.
That was a very
celebrating you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
that was
all aspects of you.
Yeah, today, on this day, 30, I couldn't do the maths before. I still can't.
I've got a 93 on my screen. Was it that? No? No, it wasn't it.
On 93 years ago.
Yes, of course you are. Of course you are.
I want your secret.
Yeah, if I hadn't begun my nursing career on this day, however long ago that was, I probably wouldn't be here doing this now. So I'm very grateful for that.
So are we.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, I'm going to stop the live stream. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, all those that have been with us throughout this, and everyone on the replay and on YouTube. We love you.
Thank you, everyone. Lots of love. Ciao, ciao. Lots of love.